Making headlines this hour, National Awards Committee opens nominations for this year's National Awards. President meets with the top 3 achievers of the GCE A-Level 2000. First award to students who excelled in A-Level examinations 2017.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome you all to PSM News in English. I'm Zionat Hassan here with the news in details. The national for this year's National Awards. Recipients of this year's National Awards will be awarded at the official Independence Day function. Similar to previous years, government offices, independent institutions, companies, nominated government agencies and youth, in line with the administration's pledge to encourage will be presented to youth aged 18 to 35 years, minimum 5 years, made invaluable. The National Awards Committee have been brought to the categories and application form for this year's National Awards. As per information provided by the committee, the deadline for submitting the completed nominations form is April 15th. www.presidencymaldives.gov.mv. The National Awards Committee also revealed that nominations for the Special Achievement Award will open during the next month. President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom meets with the top 3 achievers of the GCE A-Level 2017 exams. The 3 students are also the winners of the Presidential Scholarship. At the meeting held at the President's office, the President congratulated and commended the students on achieving such outstanding performances in the examination and for winning the Presidential Scholarship. Speaking at the meeting, the President appealed to the students to always put the nation first and look for what they can do for the country. Furthermore, the President advised the students to be loyal and faithful to the country and contribute towards the progress of the country. During the meeting, President Yamin highlighted professionally qualified Maldivians in all sectors, including the public service sector. The President was accompanied at the meeting by the Minister of Education, Dr. Aishat Shiham. Ministry of Education Dr. Aishat Shiham confers awards to 6 students who excelled in the A-Level examinations 2017 by ranking at the first place of World Top 10. In a function held at the Rubaruge Convention Center, awards were conferred to students who ranked in World Top 10 in different subjects and National Top 3.
Under the electoral pledge of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom, extensive efforts have been exerted in providing and promoting high-quality education for all Maldivian students to foster economically productive and actively engaged citizens. The administration has brought major revolutionary developments to the education sector over the past 4 years. The positive end effects of the efforts are reflected every year with the increase of students attaining higher grades in both O-Level and A-Level. Last year, 6 students excelled in the A-Level examinations and were ranked first in the World Top 10. In addition, 5 students have attained first place in World Top 10 in accounting, while 1 student attained first place in business studies. These students were conferred with President's Award and the Trophy of Excellence by Minister of Education, Dr. Aishat Shiham. Furthermore, awards were also conferred to 44 students who attained first place in Maldivian top 10, and President's scholarships were awarded to students who attained A stars in 5 subjects. In addition, 4 students were conferred the Edexcel High Achievers Award for attaining the highest marks in separate subjects. Addressing the Top Achievers Award ceremony, Education Minister Dr. Aishat Shiham said, students who attain higher education have the best odds to develop the nation. In this regard, Minister Aishat Shiham called on all students to always seek for more knowledge to lead a prosperous life. A total of 1,708 students participated in the A-level last year, and a total of 187 students were ranked in the national top 10. According to Education Ministry, the pass percentage of A-level students this year has boosted by 64% compared to last year.
The non-resident ambassador of Kazakhstan to Maldives, Bulat Sarsanbayev, pays a courtesy call on the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Asim. At the meeting held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister Asim and Ambassador Bulat exchanged views on further strengthening the close bilateral ties that exist between the two countries. The Maldives and Kazakhstan have been working closely together on areas of mutual interest at the international fora. Kazakhstan is an active partner on the international front, currently serving as a non-permanent member at the United Nations Security Council. President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom nominates Ahmad Sharif to the Parliament of Maldives as a member of Elections Commission. The nomination has been sent for the reviewing process to Committee on Independent Institutions of the Parliament. Ahmad Sharif has been serving as the Managing Director of Fenaka Corporation since 2016 and had earlier served as a member of the Elections Commission. Ahmad Sharif, who had served in the education sector for a long span of time, is a former parliamentarian. The President nominated Ahmad Sharif to the position left vacant following the resignation of former President of Elections Commission, Ahmad Suleiman. Ahmad Suleiman is currently serving as President of the National Integrity Commission. President of the Civil Service Commission, Dr. Ali Shamim, states that Maldives has potential to become an exemplary country within the region in terms of politics. Ali Shamim made the remarks at the certificate awarding ceremony of the quiz competition held in commemoration of Democracy Week 2017. At the function held in the training hall of Elections Commission, Dr. Shamim detailed about the state of democracy in Maldives and noted that it is something all citizens must be proud of. Moreover, citing that Constitution in effect today is the 6th compiled, Dr. Shamim questioned whether the current Constitution is the best for Maldives. Addressing the ceremony, Deputy Managing Director of Public Service Media, PSM, Muhammad Ikram Abdul Latif, also spoke on the state of democracy in Maldives, expressing whether the democracy is still young in Maldives. Ikram noted that heroes of the country followed democratic rules hundreds of years before democratic values were established in Maldives. Civil Service Commission and Public Service Media held a quiz competition to college students in commemoration of Democracy Week 2017. Auditor General of Maldives Hassan Ziad calls on all authorities to use the audit report efficiently to be answerable to financial reports.
At the ceremony held to release the Auditor General's Southern Regional Audit Report of 2017, Auditor General of Maldives Hassan Ziad called on all government authorities to use the audit reports effectively to be answerable to financial on all authorities to work towards anti-corruption and minimize the ways to restore the trust and faith of a regional audit report of 2017. Assistant Auditor General Hassan Niaz said audits were targeted paid to the state over $265,000 to be deposited to public bank accounts and over $310,000 granted to regular audit office.
Call for screening of critical congenital heart diseases in the bones by pulse oximetry. The national protocol was launched by Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim at the official event held to mark World Birth Defects Day.
According to World Health Organization (WHO), more than 8 million babies worldwide are born each year with a serious birth defect. Birth defects are leading cause of death in first year of life, and babies who survive may be physically or mentally disabled, taking a costly toll on their families, communities, and nations. World Birth Defect Day is observed every year on March 3 to raise awareness of the serious global problem and advocate for more surveillance, prevention, care and research to help babies and children. According to statistics released by Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital (IGMH), the most number of childbirths in Maldives are due to birth defects. Citing the statistics, IGMH said with more than 4,800 children born in Maldives every year, about 227 children are born with defects. Speaking at the ceremony, consultant pediatrician at IGMH, Dr. Ahmed Faisal, said folic acid during pregnancy is important as it prevents some birth defects. He stressed on the importance of using folic acids early in pregnancy, adding that exercise and healthy foods are as important. Speaking at the ceremony, WHO representative to Maldives, Dr. Arvind Mathur, said importing folic acid fortified staple foods to the country can help prevent a lot of birth defect cases, adding that there are many. Mathur highlighted that comprehensive and cohesive action is needed to tackle birth defects, especially through preconception care for pregnancy planning. Doctors from all around the world recommended to avoid smoking. Relevant authorities is working to minimize the number of child deaths. Doctors urge all relevant authorities to work together to achieve the target. IGMH revealed that the hospital is working to bring machinery.
The website, which was launched by Minister of Tourism Musa Zamir, is part of the constant effort of MMPRC to improve collaboration among industry partners and other stakeholders to provide detailed information about the activities, events, news and other resources relating to the destination marketing. The new corporate website portal marks an important milestone as MMPRC marks its 8th anniversary and adopts towards the change in digital sphere with the introduction of several features, which includes dedicated areas for events and fairs, members areas with access to industry updates and statistics, media content library and other resources such as newsletters, social media reports, press releases and job announcements. And now we'll look into the latest news updates from international arena. Guatemalan President Jimmy Morales says Guatemala will move its embassy in Israel to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv in May, 2 days after the U.S. embassy makes the same move.
In a speech at the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee's annual policy conference, Guatemalan President Jimmy Morales thanked U.S. President Donald Trump for leading the way to make a courageous decision. Guatemala was one of only a handful of countries that backed Donald Trump's December decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Trump's move reversed decades of U.S. policy, upsetting the Arab world and the Western allies. Afterward, 128 countries defied Trump by backing a non-bidding United Nations General Assembly resolution calling for the United States to drop its recognition of Jerusalem. The status of Jerusalem is one of the thorniest obstacles of forging a peace deal between Israel and Palestinians who want East Jerusalem as the capital. The international community does not recognize Israeli sovereignty over the entire city, home to site holy of Muslims, Jewish and Christian religions. The United States is an important source of assistance to Guatemala, and Trump had threatened to cut off financial aid to countries that supported the United Nations resolution. Prior to 1980, Guatemala and a dozen other countries maintained an embassy in Jerusalem. Israel's passage in June 1980 of a law proclaiming Jerusalem its indivisible and eternal capital led to a United Nations Security Council resolution calling on Guatemala and several other countries to move their embassies to Tel Aviv, prompting their transfer. Morales said his decision to return to Guatemalan embassy to Jerusalem strongly evidences Guatemala's continued support and solidarity with the people of Israel. Morales, who is a former television comedian with an important base of conservative Christian support in the Central American country, became embroiled earlier this year in a dispute with the United Nations when a United Nations-backed anti-corruption body in Guatemala tried to impeach him. Although Morales avoided impeachment, he failed an attempt to expel the head of the International Commission Against Impunity in Guatemala, after criticism from the United Nations, the United States and the European Union.
In sports, the president of Italian Olympic Committee says the death of Fiorentina captain and defender David Astori left him without words.
Giovanni Malago, who is currently representing the Football League in Italy in the absence of a president of the Football Federation, thanked the support of Italian clubs to the decision of postponing all the Italian Serie A matches scheduled for Sunday. Davide Astori died of a sudden illness on Sunday morning at the age of 31, leaving Italian football in a state of shock. Serie A announced that all of Sunday's matches, including the derby between AC Milan and Inter Milan, would be postponed. Italian media said that Astori was found dead in his hotel room in Udine, where Fiorentina had been due to face Udinese at the Dacia Arena later on Sunday. Local media reported the Fiorentina staff became worried when Astori did not join his teammates for breakfast at around 9:30 a.m. local time. Astori, who was in his 10th season as a Serie A player and made 289 top-flight appearances, joined Fiorentina on loan in August 2015, and the club signed him outright 1 year later. He previously spent 6 seasons at Cagliari and 1 on loan at AS Roma. He made 14 appearances for Italy between 2012 and 2017 and was in the squad at the Confederations Cup in 2013, where Italy finished 3rd.
With that, we conclude the news for this bulletin. Thanks for joining us and have a pleasant day ahead. Bye-bye.